It's the 8th of the 8th month of 1437, and aside from showing you this painting of the tablet of Navalgi with a goetic snake around it, I would also like to share the 25th of the 8th month, 1436, thoughts on An Enochian Dictionary, GMICALZOMA It means what it says when you know what it means, by Leo Vinci. While I like Donald C. Laycock's The Complete Enochian Dictionary, Aaron Leitch's 2-volume set, The Angelic Language, and Enochian Dictionary by Benjamin Rowe better, there is still considerable value to GMICALZOMA by Leo Vinci, beyond the introduction, biographical notes, and brief summary of the Enochian system. Merritt Casaubon's True and Faithful Relation had its transcription errors. The Golden Dawn, other organizations, and other individuals made errors upon that. I must admit that An Enochian Dictionary is better than a number of dictionaries out there in both variety and lack of error and new words that may not render into the same Enochia as in John Dee's handwriting. It is not complete, but it focuses on the 19 keys, or 48 claves angelica. And, this is sort of a 49th key, the unspoken key, and I believe I've talked about that in another video. The introduction might prove more valuable for some than the dictionary itself, as it is likely to be a more interesting read to most. It shows the inspiration behind such a project, the source of its results, and the perceived dangers in the practice of Enochian magic, events attributed to the practice, and gaps in artifacts that may be because of Enochia. Why was Aleister Crowley's painting of the 4 watchtowers of the earth not known to survive? Did chaos magicians really use Enochia to bring chaos into the world? Was it part of the reasons why Elias Ashmole's maid burnt some of the pages? What was in the 48 commentaries to the angelic calls and other materials that John Dee was commanded to burn? What else was lost to the system that we don't even know about? Can it cause an apocalypse? Has it brought about that new age? Will it bring about the next? Has use and misuse or understanding of Enochia led to spiritual, mental, emotional, and even physical problems within and outside individuals? Some of that must be the case. That doesn't mean that that Enochian magic must be forbidden to use or even study. We really don't need to know about the lives of John Dee and his scryers to study Enochia, nor to understand Enochian practices. The magic that was done by the receivers and an operator does not have to be done to reenact or use their experience. The view is given of John Dee, Barnabas Saul, Arthur Dee, others, Edward Kelly, all seem to be sincere and careful enough in their spiritual work and records. It is possible Edward Talbot was a separate person and also a devout and generally honest Christian too. I personally do not believe one has to be Christian. I also do not buy John Dee's apology that described his natural and angelic magic as having biblical precedence. What Christian knowingly and authentically tries to even follow all the biblical teachings that are not contradicted in the Bible. Anyways, angelology of John Dee and such were certainly Christian enough. The Bible does discount angel worship and a religion of focus on angelology in Colossians 2:18. Some of the entities John Dee and Edward Kelly and other scryers spoke to are certainly not the elect or sinless angels we read about in the Bible verses like 1 Timothy 5:21. Merritt Casaubon may have been right that John Dee was not a practitioner of Goetti, nor a maker of pacts with spirits. But wouldn't the pact made by the four to engage in combining their marriage be sort of a demonic pact? No actually metaphysical demon has to be a part of it. I must simply conclude that good intentions and the idea that the ends justifying the means do not quite cut it. I am not saying their work may not have been of benefit to them overall. However, it does seem like the kind of thing disparagingly referred to as white magic by white wizards. Its place in the life of individuals and their judgments upon it may vary per person and situation. Many systems of pronunciation, by adding sounds and without adding sounds, have been proposed. Some would advocate pronouncing all 21 letters the same and separately every time. Others would add sounds to make it easier and use it alphabetically rather than phonetically. It seems that it means what it says when you know what it means, by Leo Vinci, has ignored the importance of Enochia as a language and Enochian as a system that is unique, having only spiritual origins, and is only authentically used in spiritual context. But it draws attention to matters like the importance of tone and such in the practice of it. One may easily find out through books like GMICALZOMA, like Leo Vinci, that the Enochian translations do not uncover all the meaning of what is in Enochia. An example is in the title of this book. GMICALZOMA means with the power of understanding. This title of the book breaks down as Ga, or with, Mikals, or mighty, Om, or understand, no, understanding, and A, are, on, the. Other times, the meaning or spirit is conveyed, while more is unveiled in looking at the whole meaning. An example is how Yod, Eod, or God is translated as him, like Tokes, instead of God. Another is Nanail, as my power instead of Lord, letter H, Lord of, Lord in plural form, letter H, or Lord, is therefore the first. Then is semantics and numerology, but that GMICALZOMA is not really a book to divulge into Enochia like that. And I will give you a note that Yod comes out to 19 total, and is with all, is of abundance, is a way to give more meaning to that term than God, and sort of a singular for God.